Content creation has completely changed my life. Back in 2020, I started to make content on a channel called SmartyRBX. This channel is a channel about Roblox game development. It didn't start that way though, right? I went through the classic spiral of trying to make all kinds of different videos on all kinds of different topics. The classic YouTuber trial and error. I made videos on games. I made videos on how to get a free Roblox hat. But after a while, in around 2021, I decided to shift fully into this one niche. And that was one of the best decisions I've ever made. Dev content is a growing niche. See, for years, people have made Roblox content where you play games. But now the content ecosystem is shifting to include devs who make games, including people who teach people how to develop Roblox games and those who entertain others by making said games. So now I was in this space. I was making videos teaching developers what I know about development. I was teaching people how to build, teaching people tips on how to become a better dev, showing my experiences in development, teaching devs how to earn from their skills. And I built up this following of over 134,000 subscribers. It wasn't easy, right? It took a lot of hard work. But I'm here today at the end of this journey to say it was 100% worth it. Anyone out there who's thought about becoming a content creator before should just do it. Just start. As the thumbnail says, right? I started with a shitty mic. I started in a random game on Roblox, didn't know how to use Premiere Pro, had zero clue how to edit my videos properly on my computer, and I uploaded my first video anyways. And that was the move that spiraled into me building my channel up to where it is today. You can do the exact same thing. You can start posting content on YouTube, on X, on Instagram, on TikTok, wherever you want, and then see what happens, right? You might post, you might get 0 views. Cool, that's a lesson, right? I've posted on SmartyRBX countless times when I started and got no views or next to no views. And I learned from the process. It taught me what I needed to do to start getting views. But you never figure that out if you never start making content in the first place. So I hear all kinds of people saying, oh yeah, I'd like to be a content creator. And I ask them, okay, cool. Why haven't you started yet? And they're like, well, I don't have the right mic. I don't have the right computer. I don't know every last word I'm going to say in my YouTube video script. I don't know what to do. I'm just not ready. They come up with this laundry list of excuses for why they can't start, for why they can't turn on the camera. And you see, everybody seems to have these excuses. Everybody that I talk to seems to come up with the same reasons. It's kind of crazy, right? The exact same reasons across the board. That shows that these reasons are bullshit. If everybody has them, if everybody's held back by the same reasons, what does that say? They're just comfortable excuses. They're the quickest, easiest answer people find for why they can't do it. Oh yeah, I don't have Remy's camera, the Sony a6700, so I can't do it. Nobody will want to watch. My videos won't be in 4K, 60 FPS, high quality UHD, so I can't do it. Do you hear how ridiculous this sounds? If you have not become a content creator yet, but you want to do it, you have probably made the exact same excuse. It's bullshit. You see this right here. This is all you need to start a YouTube channel, start a TikTok page, start an Instagram Reels page. That's it. All you need is your phone. You don't need a fancy computer. You don't need the MacBook. You don't need this fancy mic I have right here that costs like $500 for the whole setup. Rode NT1. None of it. None of it, none of it, none of it. You get that stuff later. You get that stuff as you go. You don't get that day one. But everybody likes to say that they need it because it's an easy reason to procrastinate. But when you have it called out like this, you can see you have no reason not to start, right? You can come up with a dozen other excuses. Oh, I'm going to get judged. I'm going to get hated on. Yeah, everybody is. Get over it. Everybody gets hated on. The second you post, you are exposing yourself to criticism, to hate, to people mocking you in a reaction video. It all could happen. It likely will happen at some point if you keep going and you actually push the needle far enough. And that's just part of the process. So that's not an excuse either, right? Your phone right here, it's got 4K video recording if you have a new phone within the last several years. Since like 2016 that you've been able to record at 4K. So I don't want to hear complaints about recording quality. You also have editing software on your phone. You have CapCut, you have other softwares that let you edit your videos. No reason not to start. So how has content creation changed my life? So content creation introduced me to the world of mass marketing. When you're making content, you have the potential to reach hundreds of thousands, millions of people. And in that process, right, you learn that it's a lot different than just talking to friends or family, people at your church, people at your school, right? And that teaches you some interesting things about speaking, about communication, about how you're perceived by others, reading countless comments, good and bad, seeing the watch time on your videos, seeing which titles get more clicks, seeing what people like, what jokes people laugh at, what information people find useful. You learn a lot about people in this process, and you also learn a lot about how to speak better, how to communicate your ideas better, how to teach people, how to make jokes. I became a much better public speaker, infinitely better through doing YouTube. You can do the exact same thing, right? Turn on the camera, start talking. That's it. Then you get to watch that back, right? When we're talking in our day-to-day conversations, we don't get to watch back how we speak, how we come across. You get to do that when you record YouTube videos or record a podcast. That means you can become a better communicator very fast. That's one of the biggest benefits I've found from content creation, especially doing live streams. Now, the next benefit, an income source. I am able to do content creation as my full-time job because I started, because I decided to make my channel and I kept going for years. I kept going at it. I stayed consistent enough to build that mass following. I made enough videos. I made the right videos where I'm able to make money from ad revenue and I'm able to make money from courses, other products that give me more income sources than just AdSense. So YouTube has allowed me to be my own boss. So that is something that most people think, oh yeah, that would be so cool. I want to be my own boss. If I become a content creator, if I become like one of these YouTubers, I can make this my job. I can make a living. I don't have to go work at the Starbucks. I don't have to go work at Walgreens. I don't have to work a 9 to 5. That's a great benefit as well. Another thing, so when you're engaged in content creation, it builds your confidence massively. Being on camera, seeing yourself played back, getting very, very comfortable, confident in your presence, boosts your confidence in all areas of life. Seeing countless hate comments, ironically, boosts your confidence because you find out that you can make it through to the other end of that fire, all the flames of haters. You're an idiot. You're a horrible person. I hate your videos. You learn that criticism doesn't have to hurt you. Criticism is just like a rock bouncing off of a tank once you become stronger. So that is another great benefit that you get. You get that boosted confidence. I've seen a massive increase in confidence doing YouTube, right? I used to do Roblox game development. Like I've been working since I was 14. I would do Roblox game development as my one and only job. And Roblox game development's great. I still do it to this day, obviously, teaching it on YouTube. I do it as well. But content creation was something else altogether because you are communicating. You're not just sitting there building a world in Roblox or coding your next system. You are using your voice. And that is something that is very human. It's using your ability to speak, using your ability to talk to other people. So when you're using that, and you're gaining a following from that and you're gaining recognition from that, there's something very primal and powerful about it that hits different than other jobs, right? That is why people want to become YouTubers. They want the status that is presumed to come with it. They want to be that person on other people's screens. I became that guy, and that benefit is real. Having the authority, having the brand, being known certainly boosts your self-perception. Right? It certainly is something that you don't want to just attach your whole identity to, right? Likes and validation online. Rather than boosting your ego from the likes and the comments, I think it is a healthy thing to boost your ego, your self-esteem from being the authority, from being a leader, from being a teacher. That's what I've done. I'm not one of these entertainment channels that just spews nonsense all day and shows people them playing games. I mean, that content can work. I might do some of that one day, but I've done something very cool in that I'm teaching people. I am showing people, I have a scripting guide with over 4 million views. I am showing people how to make themselves better. I'm showing them how to build skills. And something about that has a purpose behind it. And that is something that boosts your ego, your self-esteem, whatever term you want to call it, in a positive way. because you're doing something that has an impact, right? You're not just mindlessly hypnotizing people into watching your brain rot. No, you are showing people how to do something that improves their lives. When I show somebody how to make a Roblox game, I am improving their life. They're now able to use that skill to take commissions on Roblox and make money from their work, or build their own hit game and come back to me and say, hey, Smarty, I have over 1,000 CCU. You helped me through your advice and your great videos to make $7,000 in my first month as a dev. That is something very purposeful. So when you can have that kind of impact, that is another thing that will change your life when you make content. It has definitely changed mine. And it will help you to see, hey, look, I can influence and impact other people. I can show people how to learn new skills. I can show people how to change their mindset in a positive direction. I can show people how to improve themselves. That is something that will improve you for the better. And most people never have that kind of impact. And you can have it with a very low barrier to entry, right? You don't have to be the Harvard professor to make YouTube videos about a topic you're into. You don't have to be that guy. You can just be you with what you know, right? You know something about some field, boxing, weightlifting, hiking, whatever. You can get on a mic and start talking about it. You don't have to be the apex expert. You just have to be a few steps ahead of a beginner. And you can start to have that impact. Even if you only have 100 views, you will get comments. Oh, this really changed my perspective, man. I really appreciate it. Like, if you're sharing something that has value, you will get comments like that. And that is one of the biggest benefits you will get when you create content, especially educational content. All right, click this video here to learn more. Follow me on Instagram now at Remy with 4 R's and 5 I's, and I will see you next time on Remy Mindset. Peace.